Hello and welcome to another Tuesdays at 2. Each Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I come on and talk about a different topic relating to executive career management. This is episode number 193. Hard to believe I've been on for 193 episodes, but each week I talk about a very particular topic. Today's topic makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up because it's a topic that really inhibits so many people from getting the interview. So the topic today is I was told a one-page resume CV works. Wrong. WRONG. It doesn't work. Let me just qualify that unless you've got less than 6 years work experience. So anything over 6 years, you never should have a one-page resume, a CV. Now, all executives, anybody with a lengthy career deserves either a two-page, two full pages, or three full pages. The format in resume writing is don't do two and a half, two and a quarter, two and a third, or whatever. What does that tell if you can't fill the two to 3 pages? So all my EMBAs, Executive Master of Business Administration, they've got the 3 page resume, and very few people in where I specialize at the senior executive level fall into the 2 page category, but never, ever the 1 page. There's lots of rumors going around that a 1 page works. Well, I can tell you that honestly, as an executive career management practitioner, and I've written hundreds and hundreds, thousands and thousands of resumes, and I've helped many people just with their free, no obligation resume critique. Just with their resume, it doesn't work. But as soon as they change from 1 page to either 2 pages or 3 pages, then they get the interview. So there you go. So it's wrong to have a 1 page resume, only if you have less than 6 years work experience. Otherwise, you need 2 or 3 full pages. Don't go to 4. There are some situations where you do go to 4, like expert witness resumes or CVs, but that applies to a very small percentile of people. And then CVs in the scientific, justice, and a few other worlds, they can go to a lengthy number of pages, 20, 30, even 30 pages. But for a corporate job, for an NGO, for a private sector, public sector, you need a 2 page or a 3 page resume. A 1 page, if you look at it, you're very limited on the real estate. You have only a limited real estate to sell yourself. Text sells, white space doesn't. But even if you, for want of a better term, cram on the text, you're not going to be able to get it all on, because you need to articulate your personal brand. You need to articulate your soft skills. You need to articulate your hard skills, which are the keywords, the buzzwords. And then you need to articulate your performance, your stories, because you're going to be hired for them making money, saving money, the list goes on. Your performance. You're not going to be hired for your responsibilities. So it's just impossible to fit all the text on a 1 page to sell you, because this is your sales tool. Every time you go into a job search, you are a salesman. You are selling yourself. So you need to think about and get into that mindset of selling yourself, and have a 2 or definitely most likely a 3 page resume or a CV. The next thing is that a 1 page will fail that ATS. What is ATS? ATS is the applicant tracking system that's been coming in the last 2 to 3 years, and it's now very sophisticated, and it's built around a certain format and a certain content, and don't go outside that format or that content. And it's not programmed for a 1 page. Don't let anybody tell you that a 1 page works. It doesn't. It will fail that ATS, because you cannot get all the ingredients that ATS is looking for on a 1 page. You just cannot. It's not feasible because you've got limited real estate on one page. So don't download these one-page formats, templates, as they call them. Yeah, they're pretty, they're colorful, they're pretty, but they don't go through the ATS. And you're wasting your money, you're wasting your time for the environment. By that, I mean something like this. You are wasting your time. So don't have a one page like this. This won't go through the scanning machinery for many reasons. I mean, the block of shade. The text in the block of shade cannot be read. That's just one thing of many. But so in other words, the name won't even be read, and there's a whole long laundry list of stuff. So don't waste your time in downloading those templates. They promise gold, but the gold never comes. So you need to have a 2-page, very simple, very plain format. Limited bolding, limited italics, limited lines, and that will work for you. You're not in the business of looking pretty. You are in the business of selling yourself on your 2 or your 3 full-page resume or a CV. So anybody who says this will work, well, it's a con. It doesn't work, and don't waste your money or your time. So hopefully you've got some information there. It just doesn't work, so don't waste your time. Stick to 2 pages or 3 pages and really sell yourself. Articulate your promise of value. I'm in the process of preparing some very detailed videos that's going to break down the resume and the CV in sections. So it'll probably be a 5-part video, 5 or 6-part video series, and we'll go through it in detail. The first one will be the overall, and then it will be going into detail about each section as we go down the resume, and that will highlight to you why why you cannot have or should not have a 1-page resume. You are doing yourself a damage. Never ever, unless you've less than 6 years experience. But all the clients that I specialize in, the mid level, all the way through to the senior level, 3 pages, and all executive master of business administration, which is one of my areas of expertise, and most of the other professionals I work with, a 3-page is the resume or CV of choice today. Don't undercut yourself. Don't undervalue yourself by trimming it down to 1 page. It does seriously make the hair on the back of my neck stand up, because I've had many clients who come to me with this 1 page and have failed in getting an interview, because a resume or a CV doesn't get you the job, it gets you the interview. And then when they've had it, either they go away and rewrite it themselves based on my input, my critique, or they engage me to write it. Then suddenly they're getting interviews. So that tells a story. So you're not in the pretty game on the 1-page game. You are in the game of selling yourself with an ATS friendly, performance-driven resume or CV, 2 pages or 3 pages. Don't cut it short. Don't go to a 1-page. So that's it for this week. Hopefully you've got my message. You can see I'm getting pretty wound up here, because I see so many people who are given the wrong information about a 1-page resume that's going to work, that gold, and it doesn't bring that gold, which is the interview, and then they're frustrated and they get disenchanted, and there's all sorts of emotions come into play when your job search is not going to plan and you're not getting the interview. So you want the interview, so go with a 2-page or a 3-page. I will see you next week for another Tuesdays at 2. But do yourself a favor, do something this week to manage your career. Career management is very important. I will see you next week for another Tuesdays at 2. Thanks for listening.